You can go through and you can catch up on everything that you supposedly missed. And when you look back at what you missed, you might actually realize that you missed approximately nothing. FOMO, you know, that feeling of fear that you're gonna miss out on something. Also known as one of the main reasons people have a hard time leaving social media, or when they actually do leave social media, the main reason why they end up going back. Because I've been off social media for such a long time and I never got super into it like so many people are today, I have a hard time sometimes relating to that feeling of FOMO when it comes to social media. That fear of missing out of whatever's going on social media. But I do know that it's so real and it's such a problem for so many people. So I wanted to get you involved in this also. If you're someone who's experienced FOMO before and you've overcome it, what worked for you? Leave what's worked for you in the comments below so you can help someone who's watching this video who might need to hear just exactly what you have to say, who can apply whatever worked for you into their life, and it might hopefully work for them too. In this video, I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on what might help you overcome your FOMO. So instead of checking your favorite celeb stories, constantly checking your DMs, or just wanting to keep up with what people you follow are doing 24/7, you can stop worrying about those things that really, if you really think about it, don't matter. And you can begin focusing more on what does matter and feel less of that FOMO maybe taking up so much of your life right now. FOMO, in my opinion, takes away your freedom. If you are experiencing FOMO, are you constantly turning to your phone to check if there's any updates or anything that you missed in the last 5 minutes that you haven't been on your phone? Sometimes, or maybe always, without even thinking about it. That clearly shows that your phone is in control. And if your phone's in control over your actions, and it's not obviously really tending to or paying attention to what you really want and need, that's not you experiencing your freedom. Your phone is basically controlling you. It's a trap that so many people are stuck in, and it's so sad and it's kind of sickening a little bit, but it doesn't have to be you anymore. The first thought that comes to my mind when I think about how to overcome FOMO is a mindset shift. The way that you look at these people or these situations might just need an adjustment. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. You may need to get your priorities straight. And it's easy for me to say because I'm not in your shoes. I don't have this addiction or attachment to a social media platform. I don't have that FOMO associated with it. So I'm not exactly in your shoes, but I do just have to say what you're most likely worried about missing out on most likely doesn't even matter. In hindsight, which wouldn't it be nice if we could start out with that point of view? But in hindsight, after it's all said and done and you saw what you were so concerned about missing out on, did it really affect you at all? Like, really, did it affect you at all that you saw that thing that you were so concerned about missing out on? Be honest with yourself. Did it matter if you really saw that post update, that vacation, that story? I don't know. Did it really matter? Did it improve your life? Did it help you feel good about yourself? Did it get you any closer to your goals, or did it just distract you from focusing on what actually matters? Social media has pretty much twisted the way that most people view what truly matters. And so I say that might require a mindset shift so you can actually just call it for what it is. I did want to mention that it does matter to have things in your life that provide entertainment, provide enjoyment, etc. But if that thing happens to be social media, and yes, it provides entertainment, but it also distracts you way too much, makes you feel anxious or attached in an unhealthy way, or maybe you feel pressure to do or be something that you're not. Basically, if it has more negative effects on you than positive, then the entertainment is just not worth it. I'm sure you can find entertainment or a time filler somewhere else that doesn't cost you your well-being. What I'm trying to say is that by changing the way you look at why you're experiencing FOMO, identifying exactly what you're so worried about missing out on, and then asking yourself if that really matters will hopefully help put things into perspective for you. Maybe it will help you realize that life without social media is okay. In fact, I think it's fantastic, but don't just take my word for it. Do it for yourself. You are stronger than your FOMO. Do not let your phone remain in control of you. Be different. Be you, and don't conform to what society tells you you should or shouldn't be doing. Staying on social media and giving into your FOMO is the easy thing to do. I mean, come on, life is hard enough as it is right now, especially given the current circumstances of our world. So maybe the thought of trying to take your FOMO on head on just sounds like something you don't have the strength to put yourself through at this point in time. But you can do hard things. You should do hard things. We all should do hard things. I mean, The reward that comes from doing something that's seemingly impossible or super, super hard, especially this thing we're talking about in particular being FOMO, the reward that comes from overcoming this is so great. From overcoming anything that you thought would be so challenging, that reward is so much greater than giving in to the current FOMO that you feel and getting that instant gratification. The reward you'll get from putting in the work and giving the time to overcome the FOMO, the reward will be so much greater than what any instant gratification can provide you right now. I feel like something that might be super beneficial is just taking a break from social media, whether that's for a day or two or a week or a month or for however long you can. And then when the time comes for you to actually go back on, you can go through and you can catch up on everything that you've supposedly missed. And when you look back at what you missed, you might actually realize that you missed approximately nothing. This way, by doing a little mini experiment with yourself and by taking a little break, you can actually, on very small scale, see exactly just what you're actually not missing out on. I actually made a video last year about FOMO and how it's a good thing. And the reason I was calling it a good thing is because I was talking about having FOMO for your own life, the fear of missing out on your own life, on who you can become, on experiences you can have, rather than just watching everyone else's. Maybe it's helpful for you to look at it that way, to think about it that way. So the next time you're experiencing FOMO about someone else's life, try switching that around and try applying that FOMO about fear of missing out on your own life. I mean, if you continue down the FOMO-driven path that you're on right now with social media, what is that habit holding you back from? That fear of what's holding you back should be much greater than any fear you feel towards missing out on what someone else is doing in their life. All in all, you are the most important piece here. You matter. Your thoughts and your feelings matter. And if you feel like your FOMO is taking over more of your life, that is not something that you should just sweep under the rug and ignore. Maybe a good place to start for you for acknowledging that is to start with something we talked about in this video today, or read the comments below and see what other people have done to overcome their FOMO. I really hope though that today you decide to make some sort of positive change, take some sort of different positive action that will lead you to a different positive outcome so that you can start experiencing more of that freedom and goodness that comes from not being tied down to your phone, specifically social media. In fact, here's an action step for you to take right now. I've created an interactive guide for you on overcoming FOMO that you can easily download at no cost in the description below. So take your action, download the guide for a more detailed outline in more of a step-by-step fashion on how you can overcome your FOMO. I hope this video was helpful for you today, or at least it got you thinking. Thank you so much for being here. Please don't forget to leave a comment below letting us know what your experience has been with FOMO in the past, how you overcame that, or maybe what your biggest struggle is right now with your FOMO. Leave that in the comments so we can help each other and someone else out there can read what you have to say and hopefully be helped or impacted by your comment. I hope you have a wonderful day and you remember to put your phone down and be present for the moments that matter. I'll catch you next time.